Yeah, let's have a bit of walk around at the premises. So actually this is a luxury version. We're actually starting with the double toilet version for privacy. They got some curtains on the windows. They're still big windows, and they're really cozy, I can assure you that. Then we got another, yeah, this is a horse for cutting, sawing the wood. There's actually a saw, there's a hefty axe, and everything in it. So unfortunately there's no dry wood in it for the moment, but in bad weather you can actually chop in there. There's a chopping block in there. So, and for the wood, yeah, I mean, look at what they, piles and piles of wood they got here. It's just for the barbecue, and which I'm using, and yeah, it's a nice walkway. If you turn around, there's another big huge pile of wood. It's all dedicated for the barbecue, so I will not run out at all. It's unfortunately not quite dry, but if I would pull some of the logs from underneath, they would be fine, and I'll just chop them a bit in pieces. But as you can see, people up here, they are well set up for outdoor needs, and yeah, this is a nice walk down to the lake. So this is actually everything you can wish for. A double toilet and lots of wood to burn off. Yeah, even the tools are supplied. Yeah, for my part, breakfast is well on its way. Gonna be some sort of, I don't know, I bought this meat last night, or in a shop yesterday, and having a bit of treat. Let's have a look. Maybe not quite cooked yet, but I'm gonna have breakfast on the go. Slab of meat in a... that's yummy. Yeah. It's been raining last night, so it's a barbecue in the background. So I put the fire on again, and yeah, sitting the day out. It's a nice shelter here, and obviously in a in a wet weather nobody turns up here, and so I'm having the place for myself, enjoying my hefty breakfast. And I got more of that. Well, this is a sort of place you can sit out bad weather easily. Got everything I need. I got water just next to the, well, at the lake, and got plenty of firewood the other way. All these big logs, yeah, they got huge logs actually piled up everywhere. And there must be, I don't know how much it is, but could keep me warm all winter, I guess. So yeah, I had a bit of shopping. Enough meat supply is actually quite a treat after noodle soup and chili con carne. This mashed potato, and always having a good cup of tea. Yeah, it looks like the sun coming out, just trying to get through, and I'll probably stay here anyway. While I'm settled in, yeah, got everything. I slept quite comfortable, it's quite warm, well not cold as it was in the last few nights, and yeah, enjoying the day and my cup of tea. Just to mention it, this place is well set up for a lot of people. Yeah, look, all these huge benches, and this is in the background. There's a double shelter thingies. Yeah, as I mentioned before, it's actually suitable for about, well, at least 12 people for sleeping, probably more. 14 people can easily hide out here. Getting maybe a bit cramped, but you get everything you want. And look at that. And it's actually well maintained. And even there's toilet rolls in the box. Yeah. So it's well looked after for, and that's how you can see how the people here in Finland are dedicated to the outdoors. They love it. Yeah, while I'm sitting here next to the fire, I thought, well, why not doing a bit maintenance of my trusty tools, yeah? So since this is a carbon steel blade, yeah, made out of leaf spring lorry leaf springs in Nepal, which they're using for that, you know, the old ones. So this is prone to get rusty, and since we got a wet day and I had it in use for a bit, not a lot but a bit, I give it a treat with some Ballistol oil, which is was invented just before the First World War, yeah, in Germany. So the military actually at the time wanted something easy to be used in the field, to keep the leather, the wood shafts, well, the leather harness of the soldiers, the wood shafts of the carabiner, and the metal, obviously, of the bayonets and all, whatever, the carabiner, the guns. So they invented an oil based on, well, this contains pine, all sorts of, well, it's actually white oil, white oil, and it's medical suitable for medical use as well. So it can be put on an injury, yeah, and it's highly disinfective. And actually the most important thing about this oil, it doesn't harden out like linseed oil, for instance, yeah. So it stays not liquid, but it doesn't harden out, yeah. It doesn't get resin sort of conditions. So I'm using this one, wipe it on my Khukuri and my Bushcraft knife. What is it? I have to look that out. I can't remember all this. So I put a bit in the cloth, a few drops on the blade, and just wipe it clean, or just spread it all over it. So it's just a thin film on it, and another few drops on here. So this actually keeps the blade and all the carbon steel nice and rust free. So it only needs a brief wipe, yeah, and obviously it can't soak in, but it actually yeah, dries off and keeps the blade, the steel, in good shape, yeah. So I'm doing that on the Khukuri, which I'm placing here, and if I don't dump this one. So I do this same thing on my, what was it? The Casström Lars Fält Bushcraft knife, It's actually a very, very nice knife, and I highly recommend it. It's hasn't got a huge blade, but the birch grip is really nice. And I mean, you find plenty videos on the internet about this one, and I'm quite pleased I got that. Sometimes it's hard to get by, but it proved actually very useful, and especially the edge. I haven't even sharpened it. It's still very good for doing feather sticks and light bashing, like battening, and obviously for cooking and fire starting. And because it's carbon steel, it's very good for the magnesium. I mean, you've seen that in some of the videos already. Just one swipe and it's done. And it doesn't look like a maniac knife when you walk around camp, and got a really nice birch, a curly birch handle grip. It's very softish, and it's really pleasant to hold. And the shape, it's actually it's lovely. You really have to get hold onto one, and I could just show you one. I mean, this is maybe not the best example for using the wood, but because first of all I was thinking about, look, this edge, actually this point goes up really far down, but I think they put some thought into it, because when you got the wood like that, you can actually use your thumb and just do feather sticks like that. So it's just like that. Just I'm on the end now, and now turn it around and just work your way with the thumb and carve little feathers in there. So this is a really because this drop point actually goes really well. I got quite a curve going down, but that's very handy for using your thumb and just out of the wrist, just twist it a bit and then use the thumb as a pivot, and you can really dig into the wood. So I highly recommend that, and it's not the most expensive knife, but it's a quite nice one. And the wood is actually what is it? Stabilized, but I still occasionally I give it some Ballistol oil, and it actually still soaks in, and it actually makes the it's a bad light, but it makes the wood grain come out really, really nice, like honey. Actually, it looks like honey, and it's a beautiful knife. I really love it. And as I say, you don't need explicit and expensive knife. This is a very usable and everyday knife for in the woods, and it's legal, for the Brits. I hope so. They're a bit struggling with what's everything that regarding to knives. So putting that back into my sheet. Look, it's still sitting in there after some use. Doesn't come off. I got it on my bed now. So for feather sticks, this is perfect. And well, let's see what you can do with the Khukuri. I mean, this is obviously very similar. You can actually use the inner end, like so, and I mean, that's why this Khukuris are so useful or so versatile, because they got well, they got one edge, yeah, a long edge, but with basically they're, I would say they're 1, 2, 3 knives in one blade, yeah. So you can actually let me get some other lock here. So what actually makes this one so interesting is, if you've got a huge lock like that, yeah, you can actually take your hands and see if you can see that, and shave off like that, yeah, towards you, like a pull knife, yeah. So a part of just for hacking, you can use it for all sorts. I mean, because the blade is so versatile to use, so it's definitely a nice tool to have. And I actually had that right from Kathmandu, from the Khukuri house, and you won't see that. I have to make that in detail. They actually put a really nice engraving in here, yeah, in what is it? This Nepali font, yeah, handwritten basically. It's a traditional sign writing, and it's really nice made up. And yeah, this is the farmer's one, the heavy duty one with a big spine. I mean, this is 11 mil spine, and definitely replace the next, and several other tools, yeah. And if you wonder why this is black, it's actually not polished, yeah. So it's still from the how is that called? From the making process, from the fire stuff, and it's that's actually, yeah, more solid or harder than the polished ones, because when you put, after the hardening of the steel, when you start putting heat onto the blade by polishing it, it's actually soften the metal up again. So yeah, this remains really solid, and it got the buffalo horn on it, yeah, and it's a full tang. Can you see that? It's a full tang, and yeah, it weighs about 850 gram, was it 900 grams, something like that, and but it works very well out here in the bush for all sorts. Yeah, I should start sharpening it a bit, but it's still very good. And yeah, that's so far to the Ballistol. Some maintenance for the steel, and yeah, it's ready to go. Put my thing again. Actually, yeah, this sheet is made the same way than the Scandinavian one. Yeah, I can see that. Stitch it up like the sheet for the Lars Fält knife. Yeah, it just was a bit tricky to get the curved thing on, but it works. Yeah, and yeah, I'm very pleased with it. It's definitely one of my permanent tools in the pack, and yeah, what can I say? It's just perfect for my needs. And again, a bit maintenance, some Ballistol oil, and to keep the blade in really nice shape, and yeah, just by the side of the fire, plenty time to do this sort of well, important work, I would say. So it's ready for the next time. And when it comes to sharpening, I haven't got the Sharpening, the little blade for it, because this is a farmer's one, but I can use a hardened steel, yeah, and just gently going up and down here and sharpen the edge like that. It's not grounded like you may do on with a stone and other knives. It's just maintained like that. So it's put on a piece of wood like that and just work your way along the edge like that. And just honing basically, and that will do the job. Anyway, that's how you do it. So there are two blades. I'm definitely taking on any trip. It's a what was this, Casström Fält, what is it, Lars Fält knife, yeah, and the Khukuri, and this is the farmer's one. It's a 10-inch blade, and yeah, it's a hefty lump, but it's a lovely piece of kit too. So if you can get the hand onto one of these, you're well set up for life. I can tell you that, unless the coppers take it away of you. But if you keep it a bit in hiding, or not hiding, but not in not flashing around with it, you will be fine. Yeah, right. Because it's 12:30 now. I suppose it's lunchtime again, isn't it? I mean, I got all day long. So I bought this barbecue meat up here, and there's 3 of these steaks in there. And yeah, so I had one for breakfast, one for lunch, and there's another one for tonight. So this is, I don't know what it's called. It's possum fillet, I don't know. It's chili and apellicini, some mixed meat, and obviously it's pork, and yeah, got my little forky bits made up in the bushcraft fork, yeah, and waiting until it's done, and squeezing it into one of this Finnish bread, which is already cut in half, yeah, which is very handy because they're very flat. It's but they're nice, they're dark bread, and they're yeah, and that's going with a steak. So hang on, yummy lunchtime. Another steak in a bun. Doesn't take long on this barbecue. Oh. That's the right treat for on a rainy day. Can assure you that. Oh, I like it. I mean, I'm very glad I actually came here. Comparing that to the last rainy 2 days, where I didn't have this sort of luxury comfort and had to walk all day through the rain, got totally soaked. Yeah, and this is the sort of location I really like to wait the rain out and having a bit a rest, yeah, chill out and relaxing, doing some maintenance and yeah, especially getting some rest for the legs, yeah, for the knees for instance, so because they take all the weight, and just it's like a sort of reconditioning situation, and it makes it bearable if you got this sort of luxury around, yeah. Dry toilet, actually two, yeah. Bog roll is over there, water on the other end, well, the lake, yeah, and it's pristine clear water, and enough firewood, and a nice shelter. Actually, no wind. Well, actually, it's yeah, it's there is a bit breeze, but because it's in a shallow, located very shallow, it's very comfortable to sit this sort of weather out in an easy way. Yeah, yeah. Just wasting my time. Definitely better than watching TV and telly. Yeah, keeps the fire going, keeps me busy, and yeah, so I have to think about what I can do next. Tomorrow it's probably a bit rainy in the morning, but probably clears up over the lunchtime, so probably carry on. It's as the old telling is, after 3 days the fish starts stinking, so this is my second day. Well, it's not even 24 hours yet, but yeah, maybe tomorrow's time to move on. If not, if it's really getting on like that, this rain, and I mean, can hear that, it's then I'm gonna stay a bit longer. And occasionally there's some people coming up, and but they won't stay for long. They're just having a walk, and then they pissed off by the rain and disappear again fast, because they're not prepared, like staying in the woods days on days. So yeah, I got everything I need, plenty food, and yeah, see what's happened. Have a look inside this wooden shed. This is actually, look, it's like all made from wood. Now it's empty, but what I wanted to show you is actually, I'll put the camera down, yeah, so you may see what I'm up to, because right, if you had, you see, they got all the good tools around, and this is a series splitting axe. Yeah, see the shape of it? Yeah, got the dart. So, and we got the hacksaw. Yeah, like that. It's all available for everyone to use. And there's another chopper. I got a bit misused. Yeah, it's probably rubbish, but what I wanted to show you actually or tell you about it is if this sort of tools would hang around for the common, yeah, in the UK or in Germany or elsewhere, it wouldn't even survive one weekend. It would have been nicked and stolen in no time. Yeah, and that's something that tells you about Finland. People trust each other, and because it's common good, yeah, so it benefits everyone, and you don't have to carry it yourself, yeah. So rather enjoying the time out, or if it's cold, and it's a long winter in Finland, if people are relying on this sort of tools being available in a pinch, yeah. So if there's a sort of emergency situation, everyone benefits of it if there's this sort of tools are provided in this sort of locations, yeah. And as far as I can actually see is that people really take care about it and not misusing it at all, yeah. So they rather appreciate this sort of service, and as far as I discovered, this is actually the local authorities actually keeping this sort of pleasure and outdoor hotspots alive and maintain them, yeah, and it's for the common good, yeah. So everyone got his or hers benefit out of it, and yeah, I think that's why they keep it in highly regard, and it's something that really tells you about the people. They are trustworthy. So yeah, that's my rant on that one. About these logs, yeah, here. I mean, there are lots and lots of, it's, I don't know how much, but it's serious wood. They are a meter long. Yeah, it's not just like 30 centimeter chopping wood. This is, they're really decent sort of logs, and yes, they are for fire, just for the barbecue, and to keep yourself warm. Yeah, what I'm doing right now, keeping the fire alive, and it's only this fireplace I'm actually using. There's no other fireplace around, so all this wood is just to keep this fire alive. It starts raining now, but actually, like with the axe and the saw, you even get a frying pan hanging here, and it's a cast iron one, yeah, for everyone to use. And I've seen several places so far where you got kettles and frying pans and all sorts of cookery equipment. No, it doesn't know. Okay, it's the other way around. So you get this stuff for free for everyone to use, and yeah, they even got some large poker forks around. And this is, I mean, it must be, it's a fork like that, yeah, for your sausages. And this is, I would say, at least 1.5 meter, and there's several of them. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these forks, and there are some shorter ones up there as well. It's definitely something people enjoy using, and as I say, they're honest people up here, and they wouldn't even dare taking this stuff away, because next weekend they may forgot their own stuff, and then they're appreciating having something like this available, you know. And probably at home they got even better equipment, but well, I wouldn't wonder if you would ask a youngster put him to the choice if he wants a car for free or motor saw. Yeah, he probably want a chainsaw for birthday or something instead of a car. That's how I would suggest what the Finnish people are like. Yes. Evening lunch, what is it? Evening meat is on. I'll put it a bit. I'll put it up here. So yeah, lunch. No, what is it? My last for tea, is it? Yeah. Oh, it's the last piece of meat I put on, and that's my evening meal in the bun. Yes, the Finnish flat pack, already split in half bun. Yeah, they're quite nice actually, especially when they've got a bit of roast on it. Actually, this is spicy meat. It's really nice. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. Alright, this is, oh, this burned already. Oh dear, I can't eat that one. It's fast. Oh, hot. One half is gone, but the other one is nice. Unfortunately, it was too hot for the bread, but look at that. Fresh from the barbecue. Now, this is just an average. Sorry, I can't share that. It's all for myself. Lovely. So yeah, while it's still raining, I thought, well, the water is nearby. I still got some the 1 liter bottles. Yeah, the Hydro Pack bottles. I got 2 liters. They already are still full from yesterday. But I thought, well, before I start filtering any water for tomorrow, or tomorrow before I leave, maybe just get some for tomorrow. Get some water, and yeah, just a bit more on the update on the water thing. Shorten the pipe a bit, and as you know, there's the Casström filter in there. Yeah, and I got a charcoal filter in here, which adds for the taste. Yeah, so just pop this into the bottle and hang that up here. There's a bit a nail hanging there, so I can actually make use of that. But it's not, well, I did show you these things before, yeah, how I filter the water with the bottle and gravitation method. The thing is, I'm now 1.5 weeks in the woods, yeah, and drinking exclusively water from the lakes and streams I found around, and didn't have any issues with bad stomach or loose flush or something, yeah. But I know from some of the other trips I made, Andy, he actually had a bit loose stomach, yeah, or the guts were a bit playing up. So what I carry, that's actually medical charcoal. Yeah, you can get them in tablets, and what I usually do, I got this little, it's pretty dark here, but maybe against the light you can see this little bottle. It's actually a little plastic bottle with actually it fits much more into it, but it's just nice and flat. So what I did crush the these tablets, these charcoal tablets, in half or quarter, yeah, and just poke them in here, and once I get eventually, it doesn't weigh a lot, yeah, so it doesn't matter really. and but it's a good advice to have some medical charcoal on you because when you got a loose stomach, loose guts, that can easily dehydrate you and get you in bad situation because you're losing all the minerals which you use on the trail. And so my advice, charcoal. I don't carry a lot of medical stuff. Some people, they do a big deal out of even got an empty bottle thing, I think, for some other pills, painkiller or something, but I haven't got any on my. And I got some plaster in case I'm having some blisters on my feet. But that's pretty much all it is I carry on medical or first aid kit. For some reason I never really had trouble, didn't cut myself, and I don't know. I mean, normally this first aid kit there for injuries, like if you got snake bites or infections and stuff, and cuts, heavily cuts or broken bones or stuff, and I never encounter this sort of stuff. So this is my little medical kit, just medical charcoal, the tablets crushed in a little bottle thing, and some plaster for my feet, and that's pretty much all I carry. So and about the water, should take care about where you take your water. You won't have any problem with your stomach anyway. So it's you can't be prepared for everything. But taking a bit care of the water, where you're taking it, and make it a routine, filter the water in generally. I mean, the water up here on this lake, it's actually pristine clear. Even now after the rain, you can look up to the ground. It's absolutely clear, crystal clear water, unbelievable. I never seen that before. So this is really, and actually there are no cattle, no animal farming and stuff. So no pollution, no industry around, which is actually a big issue in higher populated areas, with cars and rubbish people throwing out. And in Montenegro, for instance, I wanted to camp on a stream, on a riverside, and it was actually, people used it as a dump. They burnt all their plastic, everything, the household rubbish, everything. And so after the rain, they washed it all the way into the sea, in the Mediterranean. So it's actually just, I don't know how people can do that. But I was a bit shocked about that. And well, that's a different country. But here in Finland, or Scandinavian in generally, people take care about nature and got a good feeling for it. And it's just part of the lifestyle. Not to waste your surrounding, and because you have to rely on it, and so it doesn't take a lot to take care about nature. It's just as I say, make it your routine, and take rubbish out, and there are plenty bins around, like litter boxes everywhere, and just carry the rubbish a few hundred meters or maybe a kilometer, and then dump it in a proper rubbish bin. And even here on the sides they got a rubbish bin, and so I don't have to leave the can Coke or beer on a bench or something. A part of that, I'm not carrying cans of beer or Coke. So I got my water, and having a nice cup of tea. Actually, would be interesting how this instant coffee. I bought some instant coffee yesterday, so that would be a taste changer. I have to see if I can get used to it. By the way, this lady in the shop. I told her, well, you only got a kilo sugar. Yeah, they said, oh, don't worry, just take sugar out of the box. You know, the coffee table box, they had sugar in there. She told me, well, just take that and don't worry about it. And well, I took a bit. I didn't took everything, yeah, because I'm not a greedy bastard. And yeah, and so I had a few cubes, like a cube sugar, yeah, and just put a few in my plastic bag, in my sugar bag, and you know, and it's a nice task, and let people have some sugar. Yeah, all right, so this water is almost done, so I got enough water for tomorrow morning for my cup of tea. Still got a bit of tea left, so I make use of that, and so I can pack this instantly away, and don't have to worry about getting fresh water tomorrow morning, so I can just have breakfast, rub my stuff up, and hit the trail again. And it's supposed to be a bit more dry, and maybe the sun comes out. So eventually, yeah, eventually the sun comes out, even in Finland. So yeah, I can soon call it a day. Still bloody bright. I mean, it's only 2 weeks until it's midsummer, so I didn't move much north, actually, rather west. So yeah, they actually told me I should go to Lapland. It would be really nice, but be aware of the mozzies. I guess having a bit of downer today. Don't really want to leave the place, or sort of I don't know. Should I carry on? It's a bit cold and wet, and this is an ideal place to stay this sort of weather out. Yeah, it's supposed to get better today, and I really want to do some, not mileage, but coming a bit further. I mean, I've been here 2 nights now, and it's a bit of pity, because it's a really nice spot, and everything available that's needed, and yeah, I don't know, got enough food, but I have to carry on. I could go back this 3 miles back to the shop, get some more supplies, but then I have to walk all the way back up here. So if you put it all together, it's about 10 kilometers, then I just wasted for getting some food, and I can go further in. And yeah, I'm not quite sure where there is the next place with more inhabited areas, like a bus stop or something, not even to mention a railroad station. Well, so I have to walk a bit more through the woods, and anyway, I slowly packing up. Not quite easy to get it all rubbed up in the wet without the stuff getting messy, and yeah, I use the plush palatka as a BV blanket, not a BV bag, but a BV blanket. Just laid it on top of myself, so like a blanket. Worked out quite well. So yeah, tell you what, if there's more company, like if you got someone to chat to, it's much easier than make decisions on your own, and you know, you struggle to do a decision, or I mean, you can always blame it then on the other part. Sort of like, Hey mate, what do you want to do? Oh, I want to stay. Yeah, all right, then let's stay. And if the other one wants to carry on, you know, it gives you the mood and say, all right, okay, I go with you, you know, like it just decision making. It makes it, well, sometimes complicated, but in a way easier as well. So you can just yeah, go with the other parts. But if you do it on your own, you really have to do your own decision and stick to it and cope with it. You can't blame it on anyone else than yourself. And yeah, I hope the weather brightens up a bit, but it still remains cold. I mean, it's the 1st June, yeah, it's summer, yeah, and we got like 9-10 degree, yeah. It's a bit chilly, and all the wet, you know, makes it. I got cold feet, and it's all a bit damp, and wow. Anyway, I carry on packing my stuff. You can see just my breath. It's cold in Finland. Yeah, it's June, the 1st June. Yeah, 2 weeks until Midsummer Night. Yeah, I maybe should go to Lapland and see the Midsummer Night, but then it's getting even colder up there. Well, first of all, I have to get out of this woods. Packing up, it actually makes it easier when you know how to do it, or do it every time the same way. So you know where stuff gonna go and in which order. So it's try to keep the pack balanced. So always start with the top first, put it straight in, and then line it up with the seat pad slot pocket, and sleeping bag squared with the bottom pockets. Then yeah, it's a shimmick on the right hand side because there's a gap. Then we got all the tissues stuff goes in the bottom left, and we got some more water. This time I put the water filter next to it, and cooking stuff going to the right, on top of the shimmick, and clothing. Yeah, got the socks up there. Put that in the middle. So it's already stabilized itself a bit. Right, then the old Khukuri, yeah, goes in there. The hammock goes up here, and food is the heavy pack. Yeah, it must have been like 5 kilo at least, yeah. And then add the water, so it's about 6 kilo just for to keep me going. The rest, so this is in here. So now got the pack already neatly stabilized. Just wiggle it a bit more about. I got the kettle, goes on top of the cooking kit, and there's the socks. Right. Yeah. So the vincula up here. And the wetter flick, it's quite, I just stuff that usually into the gaps in front of the empty spaces of the other bags. Just squeeze it in, and yeah. So it actually ends up with a very compact rucksack, backpack on my back. Not quite as nice as I wanted it to be, but right, so the binoculars here. We put the flash paletka on top. Actually, I should have my jumper in there too. Right, but as you can see, the pack's actually already pretty much stable and almost ready to go. I have to fold up a few more details. Shortly before I went on the trip, I actually bought this, it's a thin pullover, yeah, just a jumper, a little jumper, and it was advertised as merino, even had the label in merino wool, yeah, but I got my doubt. I bought it for Globetrotter, this German big outdoor company. They got shops all over the place in big cities, and a bit like a lifestyle shop by now. They used to have really good kit, but now, so I bought it off them, and it wasn't the cheapest one. I thought, well, give it a try with merino, but I can tell because I'm sweating in it very fast, and that's an indication for any poly like not being, well, more artificial fiber, yeah. So I believe it's a bit a con, but well, I got that now and I have to cope with it. So I take that off while I'm hiking, because otherwise I'm sweating for too much. And I only got the merino t-shirt, yeah, the wool powered t-shirt, which is advertised, what is it, poly something and wool, merino wool in a certain percentage, and that actually matches what it is, yeah. And I'm not sweating in that wool power stuff as much as in this jumper thing. So I think it's a bit, because the wording using merino wool rectify, well, it's always a sales argument and a point for charging more than needed. Anyway, I got that for now. So stucking the small pockets in the front to the ground sheet, easy accessible on the front, getting a bit tight now. Alright, so the gloves, they go on the other side. And stuff that in there. So, right, next. The socks, they are a bit used, I may have to wash them. I don't want them to the other kit, so they go in there. Something else, I got the power bank. It's not fully up, only 2 dots left, and charging the little batteries for the camera in the little charging thing. So I got three they are already charged, so this is number 4, and I'll put that Put it up here. So while I'm walking, it's going to be charged up. So, yes, cup, water. Okay, right, I'm almost done. My nice cup on top of the kettle thing. The spoon goes in here, so I know where it is. And the water, yeah, it's a bit heavy. So I got 2 liters here, and I want another liter here. So I got 3 liters, 3 kilo water to carry. So I carry this in my charger pocket and on the trousers. So I got that easy accessible. And the other one's going on top of my pack. And right, so it's all cinched up. Give it a bit squeeze. Yeah, gonna be heavy, but well, that's all I got. So button it up. Right. Put that in my pocket. I keep the knife on my belt now. I usually had it in my in the pack, but I'm keeping it down here, dangling. So yeah, don't really want to leave the place, but it's not getting any better. So I have to kick my ass myself, and yeah, it's still early. It must be around 9 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, settle up. Once I'm on the way and there's no way back, I can just put the pack on. Let's see. Doesn't feel that heavy at the moment, but once I'm on the trail and did a few miles, I can feel it. But actually, it's better to carry the pack with the lopu, the anorak thing, on, because there's a bit more padding than just the t-shirt. I mean, with the t-shirt only, I didn't really cut in, but you know, into the shoulders, but it makes it feel more comfortable. Yeah, there's plenty of space, and it doesn't shift. I think I had to tensioning the shoulder strap if I got less clothing on, like with the t-shirt only, because the strap's then getting longer. When I got a bit more on, it's a bit more padding, and it's actually perfect for the strap length. Yeah, so yeah, it's sitting tight, and ready to go. Something else I wanted to share with you is, once in the morning you put your boots on, walk a few meters around, and put your pack on and the whole load, and try to adjust the tension of the laces so you're comfortable to walk, and not slopping about, because boots, they tend to get sort of sloppy, and then you eventually build up some blisters. takes a bit effort, but it's a fine-tuning to keep you comfortable. And yeah, see, with the pack on. Oh, my knee, actually I have to be careful with my knee now. And that's why I didn't really want to do some more mileage in generally, but if I make it to the next shelter, it's about 6 miles. It maybe doesn't sound a lot, but if you got loaded up and walking through uneven terrain, like through the woods, it's actually easily 10 miles because it goes up and down, and lots of U-turns and twists, and you know, it's not a straight line. So straight line is about 6 kilometers, but in reality it's 10. So keep that in mind. Right, so I hope that will do, and yeah,